Talking about slapping and taking front and center of the Oscars, the Academy Awards last Sunday. Will Smith goes up on stage and slaps Chris Rock for something that Chris Rock had said about Will Smith's wife, Jada Pinkett Smith, and a condition that she has. The media has been, the story has been out of control. Everybody knows all about it now, so we don't got to go through details necessarily. But from a legal point of view, what could or should happen, Bruce?
Well, let's start from a premise that this was a real event. Okay, and not something staged. So let's start with that. I understand there are certain cynical people, some of whom might even be in this room right now.
One to your right, maybe.
Who may believe that this was a staged event to help provide a little bit of buzz for the Oscars, which seems to be lacking in that recent years. But if it was a real event, then what we saw was a comedian on stage making a joke about a public figure, and you might think it was a joke in bad taste, but Jada Pinkett Smith is certainly a public figure and saying something about her that could be disparaging, but it's a joke by a comedian. Whether you think it's funny or not, different story. And then unprovoked, you see the husband, Will Smith, come walking up to the microphone where Chris Rock is standing, and Chris Rock laughing. I would ask you, Tug, because this is kind of the question here, do you think that as Will Smith was approaching Chris Rock, that Chris Rock was in any fear at all for his own personal safety at that point?
No, because I believe he knew it was coming.
All right,
that's the cynic in me.
Again, if he didn't know it was coming,
yes.
Do you believe, looking at him, that he was in any fear for his personal safety?
Did not appear to be, no.
And so this is what differentiates an assault from not being an assault. And Ray can go into a little bit more detail here, but in the aftermath of this, and this is my nerdy, I went to law school side, standing out here because it was drilled into me of the difference between assault and battery. And if you're not in fear of your own personal safety or imminent harm about to come to you, it's not an assault. Right, so Ray can expand on that.
Yeah, you have to, because I'm completely lost now.
Well, you can have an assault without a battery. Okay. So if I'm chasing you around the studio here with my Louisville slugger, swinging it but missing you, that's an assault.
Okay.
When the bat gets you upside the head on the trademark, there's the battery.
Got
Okay.
it. Okay.
So now, but the real question,
defined.
the next question, and we chatted this, after the battery, Will Smith goes back to his seat, and then I think he then does make an assault.
Just starts chirping.
Yeah. Well, it's pretty threatening. Get my wife's name out of your mouth, and this is from a guy who just slapped him upside the head.
Yeah.
So he is in position, has shown his willingness to execute on the threat.
Yeah, it's the unspoken or else.
That's right.
Right?
That's exactly right.
Get my wife's effing name out of your mouth, or name out of your effing mouth.
Yeah.
Or what? And so it's that or else, or I'll come up and hit you again.
Well, because I already have. Yeah,
right.
I can do it.
So the slap really was a battery, quite plainly. He made physical contact there. If he were to go up there and raise his fist and cock it like he was going to throw a punch, and Chris Rock believed that he was going to throw a punch, that would have been an assault. This happened so quickly, and it was in the moment. Maybe you think he's going to take the microphone and say something funny or whatever.
Go back to ABC Wide World of Sports on Saturday, and how many times did Muhammad Ali threaten to slap the taste out of Howard Cosell's mouth? Okay?
Right.
Punt, jabbing at him, swinging at him. I think he did knock that toupee loose a little bit one time, if you go back.
Yeah.
But Howard knew that was part of the shtick.
Yeah, and Howard would had to have had a reasonable belief that he was in danger here,
right.
as opposed to this guy just playing.
And
with
Howard
me.
Cosell, trivia question: what did he do before becoming a journalist? He was a lawyer.
Oh,
he was a lawyer.
Interesting. Even though Chris Rock said, I'm not going to press charges, is there any way that charges could come about because an actual assault and battery happened?
Yeah. You've got law enforcement that watch this. It's a crime. They could take out a warrant, conduct an investigation, call a grand jury. To me, it's a misdemeanor, so I don't think you'd have a grand jury.